vases made by skilled craftsmen, each one an exquisite work of art.
Precious carpets made from the wool of mountain sheep, guaranteed to last a lifetime.
Fine materials, spun from the best silk, light to the touch, a joy to wear.
It's getting harder and harder to find a real bargain these days.
No?
It's no. For that one.
I want more.
Hey,
see
that one.
Yes,
Let me see. This might be just what I'm looking for, but I can't make up my mind.
Buy my sheep and have your own milk and wool at home.
Of all the marvels in the world, I have the greatest to show you, based on ancestral wisdom.
Hey, stop that thieving kid! Stop him! Stop him! Stop that kid! He stole from my stand! Don't let him get away! Stop that thieving kid!
King Ahmed, son of Akbar, grandson of Al-Rashid the Great. Stand for King Ahmed, Lord of the Earth, Defender of the Faith, Servant of Allah, Master of all men, Ahmed the King!
That's the fourth execution this month. Why was that man sentenced to death?
He was dangerous to you, a free thinker, my lord.
There is nowhere in our books of the law where it says thinking is a crime, Jafar.
Subjects who think for themselves are a danger to any monarch, sire.
My subjects are not dogs. They have the right to think for themselves.
The common people are not like us, sire. They cheat and lie and cannot be trusted. They are always biting the hand that feeds them, and there are only three things, sire, that they respect. The whip, the yoke, and the sword. It is only by using those three weapons with determination that you keep the people under control, sire. With the people at your feet and with me to advise you, one day you will be the master of the world, my lord.
I have no wish to be the master of the world.
Is that so? Then what is your greatest ambition, sire?
All I really want is a peaceful, happy life for all my subjects.
That kind of sentiment is doomed to failure. If you will not heed my words, perhaps there is another way to convince you. One day, why don't you go out of the palace and mingle with the people in the marketplace? Listen to their grumbling. When you hear all the bad things they have to say about you, only a fool would not change his mind, my lord.
You're right, Jafar. I'll do as you say tomorrow.
Very well, my king, so you will see for yourself. And I will accompany you.
Buy my sheep and have your own milk and wool at home.
This is a very unusual experience. I have never been so close to my people.
Go closer, and don't forget what I said. Observe and remember.
Allah is wise and merciful, and He will never abandon you. He will help you bear your trials and tribulations. There was once a rich and evil king who turned his back on his people because his lust for power was so great it obscured his sense of justice.
Excuse me, is the old man only telling a story, or is what he says true?
I'm sorry, but I'm not allowed to have an opinion of my own.
Well, what I want to know is if he's speaking about your king or not.
Keep your mouth shut if you know what's good for you. Here in Baghdad, there are spies everywhere.
But I am a stranger in your city. I know nothing about what goes on here. I beg you, do me a favor and tell me what the old man is talking about.
About all the dreams, the hopes, and the illusions of the poor people who have the misfortune to live here. He says one day a man will come and free us, but how can that be as long as Ahmed reigns over us?
All those who dared to voice a complaint against the tyrant, even within the walls of their own homes, were carried off in the dead of night, never to be heard from again, or to be beheaded in the palace yard. Only an old, wise man gave the people a measure of comfort with his prophecy. One day he told them a man will appear who will destroy the tyrant and free you from the yoke of oppression, and you will recognize him from these signs. He will not be tall in stature, but to see him you will have to look up to the heavens, for he will appear on the horizon, riding on a cloud, sweeping across the sky towards the city. He will bring with him the promise of a better life. And from the sky he will wreak vengeance on the tyrant by shooting him with the arrow of justice.
Who is this man who's going to free us? I wonder what his name is.
It's Abu. He said his name was Abu.
I can't wait for him to get here.
Keep your voices down. He has never said that this is the city the prophecy talks about.
Of course this is the city. Where else is there a tyrant like Ahmed?
Go over to that group of conspirators and arrest him as a traitor. If he tries to tell you he's the king, tell people he's a raving lunatic and kill anybody who interferes. Go now.
He mustn't get away with this.
No! I am the king! Don't listen to him, he's the raving madman!
No! No! Maybe I can do something if I get myself arrested with the king.
That boy's a thief! Arrest him! Arrest him!
Please!
To the south!
Harm! Have mercy!
Tomorrow you will both die for your crimes, beheaded and quartered. By order of the great Sultan Jafar, you will only be beheaded, because you are a common thief.
No, please, don't kill me. I don't want to die. Have pity on me.
Maybe you could beseech the great Sultan Jafar to have you hanged upside down on the city walls. Think about it, boy. You'll save your head, but the birds will pick out both your eyes while you are still alive.
I feel sorry for you. What have those monsters done to you? Have they tortured you? Have they driven you crazy?
No, you're the one they say is crazy. I always act like this, but I don't think you look crazy at all.
The truth is that in the whole city of Baghdad, there is no one more crazy than I am. But what difference does it make? Your destiny and mine has already been decided by the great Sultan Jafar, and there is nothing we can do to change it. Tomorrow morning, a crazy conspirator and a young thief will leave this world forever, and it's not fair. I don't want to die.
You're not going to die, sire. Tomorrow morning, I assure you that instead of the executioner, you will see the sun rise over the river as we head toward the sea and safety. I have never seen the sea, but they say it stretches beyond the horizon, and that the wind blows boats across it to the four corners of the world.
You are a poor dreamer. Tomorrow the executioner's sword will cut off our heads, and that will be the end for us. You can tell me anything you like, but it won't change the fact that the great Sultan Jafar wants to see me dead.
Huh? I have the key to the cell door. I stole it from the head guard.
The key to the cell door? Give it to me immediately.
No, you must be patient. This is not the right time to escape. We have to wait until the guards have had their dinner and fill their bellies with wine. Then they'll fall asleep for sure, and that's when we'll open the door and walk right past them. Hey, what are you doing just standing there? Come and help me with this rope. We've got to get away from here as fast as we can. If not, they'll catch up with us. And if they do, believe me, they won't have any pity for me or you.
Speak for yourself. Nobody would ever dare hurt Ahmed the King.
If you tell people you're the king, they won't believe you. They'll just think you're crazy.
But I am Ahmed the King. That traitor Jafar lured me into a trap and had me thrown into prison. But I remember you. You were on the palace wall during the execution yesterday. I am not the one who orders the executions. That's Jafar's doing. It was he who suggested I go to the marketplace in disguise to listen to the voice of my subjects. And while I was there, he had his guards arrest me.
Well, all I can say is that whatever the future holds for us will have to depend on our wits, for no one will want to help a thief and a man who pretends to be mad. I will be your slave, sire. Allow me to steal with only one hand, and I will fill your pockets with riches and give you back your throne.
What is your name? Tell me about yourself.
I am Abu the Thief. My father was Abu the Thief, and my grandfather was Abu the Thief, too. My family has always had a deep dislike for treachery and injustice. That's why I allowed myself to be arrested. Their dungeons are like a second home to me, and it was the only way I could set you free, sire, because I am your humble servant. I will follow you wherever you decide that you want to go.
There's no time to lose. Stand up, Abu. I've decided to return to Baghdad.
Anywhere except Baghdad, sire. A dead king and a dead thief are worth less than a false coin.
The wisdom of your words belies your tender age, Abu.
The wind is our friend. It will give us our freedom.
I had everything there is to have in life, except my freedom. Look, Abu, that's the city of Basra.
Fresh fruit! The best fresh fruit! You'll never find fruit like this!
I don't think we... No, I don't want that. I need just more wine, more wine. Yes, that's right.
Basra looks like a pretty exciting city, don't you think, Abu?
Excuse me, may I ask you a question? Who does this palace with all the guards belong to?
This palace is the home of the most famous sultan in all the world. I'm surprised the two of you have never heard of him.
We are new here. Why is he so famous?
Why, for his wonderful collection of mechanical toys, of course. I can't believe you've never heard of it.
Well, sir, I've never even heard of mechanical toys.
They move by themselves as if they were alive. It's the only collection of its kind in the world. Our Sultan loves his toys very much. Now I must go. I'm afraid I've no more time to waste on two good-for-nothings like you. May Allah protect you.
Wait! What are you doing? Let me go! Are you crazy? Get out of here before she comes! Save yourself before it's too late!
What do you mean before she comes? Who's coming?
The princess is coming!
What's going on? Why is everyone running away? Don't they want to see her?
If the guards catch you looking at her, you're dead!
If we're just looking at her, what are you talking about?
Nobody's allowed to see her face until the Sultan gets her married off!
Huh?
Come on, Ahmed. Come on. Let's find a place to hide.
Here she comes now, Abu.
In the market, I met an old friend of mine. He's a sailor. His name's Sinbad. He said we can sail away with him whenever we like.
You go with him, Abu. I've decided to stay here.
Your curiosity might cost us our lives if we stay here, Ahmed.
I know you're right, Abu, but I have to see her again, whatever happens.
I'll stay here with you, but after you've seen her again, we leave, all right?
Yes, sure we will, Abu. Don't worry about it.
you